Today we get to take a look at SLC number 26, which happens to be the second twin turbo to come out of here. And I'm going to go over a lot of the highlights on this car because it's getting harder to say, but this is the best yet. It's got a lot of incredible features, a lot of precise detailing, and it just looks incredible. So I got started all opened up, and you'll notice first thing the front, the nose is on a hinge, which comes in really convenient. It lifts up and is held up by struts. And inside of there, because there's always questions about that, what's in there? Battery, high power fans, the radiator, the AC evaporator, powerful horn, and all the reservoirs for the front and rear brakes, and the clutch, and for the lift system. So the lift system is down in there. You see what's called the puck on the top with a hydraulic line going into it. And as we come through it, we're going to take a look at the interior in this car, because this is a big shout out to the interior shop. I finally find somebody I can trust and work with that does phenomenal work and just makes changes and alterations according to what the customer wants, and it just came out beautifully. So looking through the front glass, you'll see the dashboard is just beautiful. It's done in Alcantara, a satin finish carbon fiber. That's a nice combination there. And then on the front of the dash, it's got highlights from the body color, the red, and the Alcantara extends up into the A-pillar covers, which are always a real adventure to get to fit beautifully, but these just come in and blend beautifully up top. And you see the overhead panel is covered with Alcantara also. And then got some detailing stitching in the back, red coming down along that line. So there was a lot of effort and patience and pride put into this interior. So a big shout out to Joey and the guys at CZ Automotive Upholstery in Southington, Connecticut. I'm sure he's going to be seeing other SLCs. So going into the center console, you see it's got special stitching on the top going into a red panel with the gated shifter, and that runs into a custom made switch panel going there. And the seats are also done in that same stitching pattern. They're carbon fiber tillet seats. On the top eventually we'll have a super light symbol up on the top. So the back is done of the back firewall is done with the Alcantara, with the red seat belts coming out. And you see the top is done with the soft field paint. And then we're going to take a look at those bezels, which just finish the inside of the doors beautifully. Outline again the stitching. It's got padding to it also. And then the Alcantara again on what we call the door cards. And then the rest of the door is accented with the black soft feel paint. Little covers on the bolts that go through to hold a hinge. You know, every detail, a little bit of trim in there to make sure there's no gaps going in between that panel. And it just all comes together and blends beautifully. This thing is, I don't know how to say it, but much better than OEM. You notice there's a pull to eject switch. That is a question that gets asked a lot. Well, with the automatic doors, what happens if something happens? Well, this will pull out a quick release pin and your doors will be able to open. It's got an AIM dash, an MXL2, which can data log and keep track of everything, your engine computer plus other sensors. It's got the AudioVox Pro 2, rear mirror again, and it's got a front facing mirror also. You put in reverse, it's got the reverse lines, and there's the AIM firing up. Windshield wipers, lights, etc., all the normal stuff. needed for a street car. Now we're going to move into the rear, to the engine bay. And there's a lot of stuff going on back here. All custom made exhaust headers coming out, going down into the turbos. You see the custom coolers and the intake system making its way over. You got all your wastegates and your blow-off valve, custom valve covers. It's got a Holley EFI fuel rail into bigger injectors. Of course, a different map sensor due to the boost, so it can keep track of what's going on there. Oil cooler in the back. And you notice the bars are painted the color of the body also. That ties in nicely. Fuel pressure regulator. It's got the infinity box system again for the chassis harnessing. Relocated all the coil packs there. Everybody's insulated, heat shielded. And you got your stainless steel, puts out a lot of heat, and the exhaust going back. You also notice that the tail is hinged as always, but now it's got these guys worked out, held up with gas struts, which keeps it up in the air and helps to lower it down slower. Got your wheel wells built in, gives more structure and keeps more debris out of the engine bay. And for the first time, these are in their parking brakes from a Tesla. And there's a conversion system for the wiring to make it hook up with the push of a button. It goes on, tells you it's on with an LED ring, and then push it again and it turns it off. Custom mounts made for them though, because obviously these uprights are not the same as a Tesla. And coming around to the back, it's got the engine vents, again, done in black to match the black part of the car. It's got a painted fiberglass wing with painted wing ends. Keep going around, again, cantilever shocks. Oil cooler in the back with the fan. It's controlled by the computer. And can't talk enough about the oil scavenging system on these turbos because they're low mount. And these took a lot of research and design to get them this way. So you've got pressure regulated oil feeds coming into the top of the turbos. Then coming out the bottom, you've got a line that will go from the bottom of the turbo into these custom made tanks here, scavenge tanks, and they'll hold 24 ounces. And that's even got a little built-in sump at the bottom, and then that gravity feeds to a scavenge pump down in there, which then returns the oil to the oil pan. So we're keeping any lift of that, and this thing draws that oil, because that's a real issue with especially low mounted turbos, of keeping up with the oil production so you're not smoking. So that was a nice topic to go through and learn and more about and actually put in practice. Quick circle of the car. You see the slightly modified front hood than what you've been seeing with the cutouts and the louvered. It's got a nice carbon fiber panel accent. And this area here on the other cars have extended from here to just below the windshield wiper, and now this is open also. So people can let me know which one they like better, which design. Oh, almost forgot about the custom-made canards down here. These are quite a bit of work going to those, get them integrated into the body. And as they come in, they come out a little bit away from the body, and they go down, sweep up a little bit again for more aerodynamics. And the body is slotted into here to get some air movement there, so it can go right out the top of those vents. And there's the red halos I talked about right in there. And they will light up red. The lower hinge again, or the lower vent down here, is modified also, bringing this corner out further, which gives it more an exotic look. And here's the actual hinge there. These guys are supports for the front diffuser, and you can see that paint really coming into shine there with that tree reflection. This guy has 6 coats clear on it, plus the base and the primer, of course. Thanks for watching.